Hello and welcome yet to another video. I am so excited to have you on this channel. Now, in today's video, I'm going to talk about stop these 5 budget busters. Yes, these are things that actually put a dent on your budget every month, month in, month out, and indeed eventually derail you or slows down your ability to become financially independent. If we haven't met before, my name is Beatrice Yakubu. I'm the founder of Simply Family Business as well as a Win with Money podcast. I am also the author of these books, Win the Money Game with Your Child, How to Become Financially Independent, working with your child, and indeed Win the Money Game online with an online business, how to start and grow an online business. These books are on Amazon. If you want to order some, Beatrice Yakubu, you will see these books there. Now, let's come back to this topic of today, how to stop these money busters. I would employ you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, or like the video and send me a comment if anything struck a chord with you. Indeed, if any of these is what you have been doing, let me know, and if it's something that you are planning to stop as well, I will be glad to hear it. Now, number one is buying clothes for your future self. What does this mean? As women, example, we love to look at clothes and think that this will fit me. I'm now a size 14 or size 16 and I'm planning to become a size 12. Let me buy clothes in anticipation. Guess what happens to those clothes? They don't get used. And whatever you buy that doesn't get used means that was totally unnecessary and is a loss of your money as well. So if you are on a weight loss journey or you want to be in shape, you've got to put in the work and see the weight drop, and then you can do your clothes shopping. In fact, you should have a target weight anyway, and then when you get to that target weight, indeed you can now go clothes shop. I know a lady that works in a recycle unit, and sometimes she kind of gets things that, especially new clothes, a brand new box, sometimes pricing up to £100, just thrown away. Why do people throw things away? Because perhaps they bought it for this purpose of I'm gonna fit into this one day, and it never happens. Or for some of us, we feel like parties, for example, when somebody throws a party and they are like, okay, this is the dress code, people are going to buy things, dresses to fit into that. Why don't you pull out your closet and look within and find what can, even if the color comes close to the color that this party host is talking about, why not? Nobody is gonna ask you not to come into the party if you are not wearing the exact match. But people would go out of their way and buy things that perhaps they will never wear after this event. So think about it carefully, because every little help, as Tesco says. You don't want to be busting your budget in things that will not serve you in long term. The next thing is, the next point of this list is buying things on sale. Again, we buy things on sale, especially on the 26th of December in the UK, which is a big day for shopping. Everybody goes, or most people go out for shopping. And I remember when I used to be working in a nursing home years ago, even the older people will be asking, what did you get in the sale? So after 26th of December, when you go back to work, 27th, and so on and so, they'll be asking, what did you get on the sale? Why? Because it is something that they were used to when they were younger, and it's just trickled down to the extent that every 26th of December, many people will go out and shop. Now, these things, I used to go out and shop, and then I realized that I will buy something and put it in a closet or put it away and literally just forget about it until the following year. So I stopped going out on the 26th even if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go sightseeing, because at that point, it is beautiful. A lot of things are going on with beautiful colors, beautiful lights. I'll go and rather see those things rather than go and buy things that I will not use. Also, for as far as sales is concerned, Black Friday is another period that people actually buy things that they don't want. And anytime that you are going to buy anything on sale, think about it. Was I even planning to buy this? Was it in my budget? If it wasn't for sale, would I have thought of buying it? Because you can just get impulsive and then buy the thing. Meanwhile, it is really not something that you would buy under any other circumstance. No wonder we buy and we don't use, and that is budget buster, because the money is no longer in your account and you cannot use it for anything else. Now, the next thing is books. Buying books in bulk. Some of us love to read. I love to read, and since I think it was Daniel Lapin in his book Thou Shalt Prosper. One of the advice he talked about, developing yourself in person, is to read every day at least half an hour, and I've been doing that not every day sometimes, but most of the time. And for that reason, I love to read books. And also, I love to see the book. I like actually to open the book. I know that there are other alternatives, which I'll talk in a bit. But I also love to buy the books in bulk. I used to just order them in bulk. And so there's this pressure on me to read them. And sometimes I literally would just forget that, there's a pressure. And, I need to read these books. And at some point the pressure would just die down, because I'm not able to get to them in that speed. I'm not somebody who can speed read, and I know that there are other people like that who will buy books and will not read them. So in order for you to stop actually wasting your money, you want to buy one book at a time. Sometimes we get carried away. So for example, you are reading a book and then there are books recommendations, and a lot of books do that. They will say, oh, this and that book. What I do is that I go and I look at the book, I do a screenshot, and then think, okay, when I finish this book and I still feel like I should read it, I will buy it, because that is the only way to get around it. Because otherwise you see the recommendation, and at that point impulsively you go and buy, and before you realize, reading one book, you have bought 5 books, which perhaps it will take you a while to read. So the caveat to it, or how to get around it as well, is to use Kindle, because that's cheaper, or you can subscribe to Amazon Audio, because that audiobooks, number one, it reads faster. But from my experience, audiobooks gives you the overall idea, but reading it makes it stick better. But of course, it's better to have some form of knowledge about the book than none at all if you buy it and it sits in your shelf, because even if it's sitting in the shelf, it's literally not doing anything. The fourth point is buying takeaway. Now, takeaway, it should be a treat for us. When we have done the work, we've got some money, and it should also be in the budget as well. But unfortunately, for some people, they love to eat out or order in. In terms of ordering in, yes, you might have the money, but that money could have been used to go into your saving, go into your emergency fund, and actually become your investment funds. In fact, it's in the book Automatic Millionaire that David Bax explains about the latte factor, which is just £5 a day or $5 a day. If you were to accumulate it over 30 years and invest it, if you're accumulated and keep investing it over 30 years, the amount of money that will yield for an individual is staggering. I think it's in millions, and that just gives us an indication that yes, in as much as we want to live life for now, we also want to think about the future, in the sense that we are mindful of not wasting certain monies that could help in terms of building the future. So eating out is a lot, you know, or eating out frequently can actually cost you a lot. And if you are struggling to cook daily, you can meal prep, put it in the fridge, and indeed it's going to be there fresh for you every day of your work week. Last but not the least is guilt gifts for our children. In fact, this is something that I have always wanted to talk about for some time now. Guilt gifts for our children. Now, because we work and many of us go to work, most of the time we are not able to see the children. Sometimes when you work and then you slow down a little bit, because number one, you are tired, number two, you are guilty, you fall into the trap of buying things for the children so that it feels justified that you are working hard. It shouldn't be like that. You don't have to justify to your children about about your work in terms of giving them expensive gifts, especially if you can't afford it, because for children they would rather have you with them rather than you go out and not be with them and then come and give them gifts. I know people who will buy designer stuff for their children. I mean, if you can afford it and still be able to build your life savings and everything, that's fair enough. But if you have to do that through, you know, getting into monies that don't belong to you, borrowing to do that, or being in credit card debt, or even in a form of debt to be able to do that, or just kind of spending your energy to come and put it on that, buy shoes, you know, expensive shoes for children who will use them for a few months and they don't even know where they are, or they don't want them anymore, you know, to me is counterintuitive and is counterproductive as well. So those are the points as far as your budget busters are concerned, and I'm going to recap the points as I go through, as I wind up with the video. Number one is buying things that will fit your future self. Obviously, sometimes, a lot of times it doesn't happen. Buying things on sale means that you did not want it, it wasn't in your budget, you just bought it impulsively. And number three is the fact that you are buying books. If you're buying books in bulk, you need to rethink your strategy. Buy one book, read it at a time, and then buy another. The fourth one is you buying takeaway frequently, because that also eats into your ability to save and indeed to invest. Last but not the least, don't feel guilty if you have been working and then use that money to buy things for your children, because as a matter of fact, they would rather have you at home with them rather than you being away and then coming to buy them stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and indeed turn on the notification bell. I will come your way once again. Like the video and send me your comments and any question that you have. I will talk to you later. Take care. Bye-bye.